Bruce Lorincz, and this show is called Bruce on the Loose. I talk to a lot of people in Medina County, the school system, and also city government. Today we're with the head softball coach, Samantha Harvey. And Samantha, thank you. Congratulations, by the way, for getting this first position for you, and I'm sure you're real excited.
I am. Thank you so much. We're very excited. It's going to be a fun season.
You think it's a real advantage? You were here last year as a varsity assistant, knowing the girls.
Oh yeah, it's definitely an advantage. We know their emotions, how they react to things. We know how to help them and get through situations and work through things. And just knowing their personalities is always an advantage.
How about your relationship last year with retired coach Mike Schmelzer? Could you describe that?
It's a good one. He has taught me a lot. He's very knowledgeable. He's been around with this program for a long time. He taught me, what to do, things I shouldn't be doing, and he's helped me through a lot. I played for him my freshman year of high school, so we always, have that bond, player and coach bond. So it's a nice. It was nice. It was fun coaching with him. I had a great time. I
observed some of his games, and he's really a stickler on fundamentals. Is that are you going to emphasize that as well?
Yes, absolutely. If you're not doing fundamentals, then you're not going to be successful on the field. Those carry over, whether the girls realize it or not. When they're doing them, they might think it's kind of redundant and boring, but one day they're going to get out on the field and say, oh, I just did, my fundamentals, and I was successful. So it's definitely something that we'll keep doing.
What about the coaching staff? Who's going to be helping you, and also our JV softball team?
So my JV coach is Sarah Makowitz. She's used to coach at Hopen. She came to Wadsworth. We're super grateful for that. And then I have Kim Crookston. She coached JV at Wadsworth last year, and Charlie Reese. He's done a lot with Barberton. He has his own hitting facility in Barberton. He does a lot of hitting work, and he's very knowledgeable as well.
And you rely on those people to help you and give you some ideas and give you comments about how the girls are progressing?
Absolutely. They're huge. Our staff is awesome. We're one big team. We work together. We're open and critique each other, and we're always giving each other advice. And well, instead of doing this, I think I have a better way to do this, and it does. It works really well. And I think the girls like that also. They see us working as a team, and they know that each of us is knowledgeable in our own way, and bring our own little spin to practice, and I think they enjoy that.
Can you tell me how some of the girls have improved, developed in their play over the summer?
Oh yeah, they work so hard over the summer. They play many games over Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sometimes Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and they work really hard with their fundamentals, their hitting fundamentals. When they come to us during the off season, they just keep running with it. And some things we do are a little bit different. We never try to change any of the girls. They are who they are, and we just try to help them a little bit more to get them where we want them to be.
Does it sometimes a little difficult if you have people students that maybe have moved into the district, and I saw the JVs in action a couple times. They were a really good team. They're going to be pushing some of the older girls, but that's good. Competition's good, isn't it?
It is. We definitely have competition within our team. We call it. We go with the phrase "Mudita." It's from the Alabama softball head coach. It basically means cheering on someone else, even when it's not your success. So there's a few freshmen. This freshman class is they're awesome. Their mentality is great. They work fast. They're go. Sometimes we have to tell them, okay, just slow down a little bit. We don't like to say that, but they need to take a deep breath, and that's how hard they go. And they're going to give some of the players a run for their money, but they are still team. What can I do for the team? But yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm excited.
Some teams don't have the advantages that Wadsworth does with this facility. They sometimes have to wait till basketball's done and they still are in the gym. But this was built, several years ago, maybe 6, 7 years ago, to my estimation, and it really does help baseball and softball, doesn't it?
Yes, absolutely. And lacrosse is in here sometimes. Throwing from track and field, we all kind of share it. We have a schedule. We put the cages up, put them down, and we can use it. We use it for fundamentals, for hitting, obviously. But we can really we can really slow a lot of drills down and take advantage of this space. Without it, we would be behind.
Yeah, no question about it. I think Drew is going to get some shots of the snow-covered field coming up, but it's a sign of spring. We're in early February, right around the corner. What can you tell me about the gentlemen that take care of the field? Do you worry about that the field's going to be ready for game time?
I mean, you can't control Mother Nature, but yeah, he always does a great job. Our field's always ready. It's always pristine in shape. That's not a concern for me. He does a great job. We're definitely thankful for that.
And we have a lot of people bring in lawn chairs to watch games. There's a real nice stands for people right behind the home plate area. So the girls a lot of times perform really well when the home crowd is there cheering for them, don't they? It really does help.
Yes, and that's one goal of mine, to get more of the community, our youth, to come watch us play and cheer them on, and make the girls realize that they're not just doing this to play. There's a bigger picture, and there's always little ones watching that dream to be them one day. Yeah.
So as a head softball coach, you really intend then to be in charge of a summer program and the youth building up to, because they're going to be your players coming right around the corner.
Yeah, I wouldn't say necessarily be in charge, but assist. WYBSA. We have our girls come in during the summer. We did summer camps. We did 3, and they were a great turnout. And the proceeds from that benefited our program. But yes, we want to work with the youth, make an impact on the youth, and keep them involved with our program as much as possible.
You talked a few moments ago about doing drills in here. What were some of the drills that you would do, let's say the infield work that really needs to be done?
So we do a lot of fundamentals. We call them everydays. The girls partner up and they spread out through here, and they work on fielding ground balls, backhands, and front hands. We do them with tennis balls and softballs, and then we put all of the cages up and we work tennis ball drills. We work on our transfers, and we hit ground balls in here. We work on diving. We lay a mat out. They had a lot of fun with that. But we do so many drills in here. It's a lot. You
talk about release of an infield, maybe ground ball to one of the infielders, throw it first. The bases are 60 feet. People sometimes forget that you have a fast runner. You don't have much time to think to get it over there, do you?
No, not a lot. So we started working on ball transfer just this past week, and our goal is to be able to turn a double play in 3.6 seconds. So we think if we can get to that goal or close to that goal, we should be able to turn double plays.
You need one hoppers, maybe a shot to the second baseman. A real hard hit ball is just tailor-made for that double play, right?
If we could get that every time, that would be great. That would be perfect.
What are some of the drills then you work for your pitchers? What are you looking for? Their controlling walks and errors can lead to big innings, can't they?
Yes, absolutely. We do a lot of drills where they, it's hard, it's difficult. They have to hit the catcher's glove. If they move, to me, that's not hitting your spot. So our catchers really hold our pitchers accountable. We work on speed, we work on spins. Spin is, so important. And Coach Kim has really taken our pitchers and, she's molding them and leading them and guiding them on the right track. So
So it sounds like other sports, she is a specialist and she's your pitching guru.
Yeah.
And what position did you play in high school?
I was a catcher.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
The umpire's favorite, right? And what have you tried to drill in and talk with the catchers about?
So we really work on framing, being compact and not getting big, not blocking the umpire's view. And my biggest thing as a previous catcher, but as a coach, I want my catcher to be able to walk out and pick their pitcher up, if she's down, be able to see when she's out of her routine, and just have that bond between the pitcher and catcher. And it's really something that has to be strong. If they're not strong, then it kind of trickles out to the rest of the field.
I've always admired good catchers that block the ball, and also catchers that communicate. If there's a bunt situation, the third baseman's in, if there's no play at third, I really enjoy a catcher saying, first, throw to first, please, and even point to make sure the infielder, you need to get an out there, and if you get no out, then you really could have a problem. Right,
the catcher runs the field. They make decisions quickly, and they have to kind of think about what's going to happen before it's going to happen. But yeah, being vocal is definitely a big part of being a catcher.
Along with your players, certainly your parents are part of the program. What are you going to communicate with your parents, and you really certainly support, help with their support? It helps the squad, and they're really integral to the program, aren't they?
Yes, absolutely. Without our parents, we probably wouldn't we wouldn't be able to do a whole lot. As coaches, we tend to focus on this and rely on our parents to handle some of the fundraising things, handle team breakfast, handle team snacks. We'll have a team mom who kind of gets all that organized. But without them, we wouldn't have a whole lot. They're definitely a big part of it. When they leave us, they go home to their parents and they confide in them, and we want them to have trust in us as coaches and our program.
Also, the parents can also, between games, can maybe provide a meal for the other team. It's a real nice sportsmanship gesture, and certainly umpires like it from time to time as well, and it's really neat.
Yes, yeah, we have a few restaurants in our community that have donated food to us. So last season, Watermain Grill donated some sub sandwiches. They were delicious. All the food that is donated to us is, we're always grateful for it.
What about your relationship with umpires? Do you go ahead and help them and ask them questions from time to time if you're not sure of some of the rulings?
Of course. That's what the umpires are there for. We want to have that good relationship. We certainly don't want to not get along. But yeah, and that's something that we want to teach the girls, our catchers especially. As a hitter, you shouldn't be rolling your eyes at the umpires. But yeah, if I need to question something, be polite and respectful and move forward.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be an adversarial situation, does it? I think the umpires, they're certainly not biased for one team or the other. They're trying to do the best they can, and they're human. Sometimes things haven't gone well for them during the day, and unfortunately, they may bring that to the field.
Right. We would like that not to happen, but everybody's human, and things do happen, mistakes happen, just like with our players.
Anything you can do to, unfortunately, in Summit umpires, we have 65 umpires on the books, but only 3 ladies. And we'd like to change that a little bit. Is there any suggestion you would have to get more women into umpiring and officiating in general?
If you have the time, do it. Sometimes maybe as women we can be nervous, put ourselves out there. We have kids to take care of, family to take care of. We have ambitious careers, sometimes taking on 2 or 3 roles. But if you can find the time to do it, then definitely give back in that way.
How do scrimmages help you prepare for the upcoming season, which I think is coming up the end of March, believe it or not? I'm not sure if we can get there, but you never know about this weather in Ohio. It could be really nice that first week.
Right, they're crucial. It gives us, we'll have 3 chances to go game speed, but we also have the ability to slow down and pause and, reflect on what we could do better in that moment. It's definitely crucial.
Your league is not very easy. The National League, Suburban League, Stowe, Broadview Heights, Brecksville, Broadview Heights, Hudson, I don't need to go on because those are tough hombres as it is, and very, very rugged. And then you play Medina and Highland and a lot of other tough competition. How do you go about that? I mean, how do you reflect on the league? And it probably makes you better come tournament time, I would imagine.
Absolutely. I love having a tough schedule. I don't know how the girls feel about it, but I hope that they enjoy it also and, get better and learn from it and take each game each day and just, take a deep breath, give us coaches one game, every play, every pitch is, there's a new one. You're going to get another one. But for our league, no matter who we play, it's going to be good competition. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. Nothing's going to be slow. It's all going to be fast-paced.
Yeah, no question about it. What are you setting goals for the team? Have you sat down and talked to them? What you'd like to do?
We over the off season we've kind of have been building up a faster pace. We want to steal more bases, put down more bunts, get more hits. We just keep wanting more, and I think the girls, the closer we get there, the hungrier they get for the season.
I really appreciate the softball game. That baseball, especially major leagues, they don't know what a bunt is anymore, but it's really critical strategy in softball to bunt. You have a girl that walks, just an average runner, and it's very important to get her to second base, isn't it?
Absolutely.
If she's there with one out, you have two chances, and it may be a wild pitch, she gets the third.
Right.
That run is critical, isn't it?
Yeah, very critical. We just like I said before, each pitch is important. That pitch, you need to get your bunt down. We got to move runners. Even if you're a number 4 hitter, if that's what maybe you haven't been hitting very well, and that's what we need you to do, then we expect you to get those bunts down and do your job.
How do you go ahead and pick the DP, a player that is a pretty good hitter, but maybe marginally in the field? Does that sometimes cause a dilemma for you?
I don't know. So each of our hitters, our whole lineup is, I like to say it's pretty stacked. They're all very talented. So it is, no matter how I write my lineup, it's going to be difficult. And girls that are very talented and deserve to play may have to sit a game. And so no matter how I write the lineup, it's going to be tough every day, even for JV coach. So.
It's really good to have depth, though. Sometimes you could have some injuries.
Yes.
Someone, again, could have a death in the family and can't be at a game. So the people, I always talk the story about Wally Pipp with the New York Yankees had a headache, and Lou Gehrig got in, and he went 2,130 straight games at first base. So not that the girls have that much to play for, but you have to have someone ready, and pinch runners, pinch hitters, they all have to be ready on the bench, don't they?
Yes. They each have a role, and it's a goal of mine for them to understand their role, whether it's just running, whatever we need them to do. We want them to understand that role and be successful with it, and just take that and run with it for the season.
How supportive have the boosters and the athletic department been to you and getting the things you need and again, having this facility and everything? I would think that makes you feel real good to know that people are in your corner.
Oh, definitely. They're super supportive. Brad, I can call him and he answers my questions. Just the other day, I called him and I said, "Hey, why can't I get out on the Y track?" He goes, "Well, rookie, the track team has it. They got to practice for their indoor meets." But they're very supportive, very supportive.
Being a head coach, there's a few more responsibilities, like calling the newspapers. You went to Hudson, you get back kind of late, but and maybe they probably didn't get to the game. You have to let them know how you did. Have you planned for that and know what you're going to do there?
Yeah. After the games, I actually plan to set a reminder alarm, because sometimes I get forgetful sometimes. That's something that's very important. The scores and details definitely deserve to be in the game, win or lose. So that's something I'll make sure it happens.
Well, that's really good. And any other duties and of course, working with the parents directly, that's something you probably did some before, but now you're kind of the head person out there, the point person, and certainly representing the program. As we've talked a little bit about being in charge of the total program versus just one aspect.
Right. Another duty, getting new uniforms. We have a new uniform set. The girls have always preached that they want a second uniform. So we're going to be able to get, with our fundraiser from last weekend, we'll be able to purchase new uniform tops. So they'll have 2 tops, which is really nice. Because when they feel good, they play well, and just changes their whole mindset.
How is it important to get off to a good start? It really does, again, success breeds success, and I would imagine you really are looking forward to opening doubleheader. I think you have Highland, if I saw the schedule correctly, and that would be really good to take that twin bill, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. It's always tough playing them. Last year, I think, if I remember correctly, we split, but both games were good games. And it's always fun to open up with a team that you've played for many years, and we're just gonna hit the ground running. It's gonna be fun.
Anything else you can look forward to for the year? Is there a special team that you really want the girls to really play well and get back at? Maybe a little revenge, or isn't that in your vocabulary?
I don't know so much about revenge, but for the first time ever, we're going to be playing North Canton Hoover. So that's going to be a really fun game. There's going to be so much talent on both sides, and the girls. That'll be the game that the girls, will prove their.
Yeah, they were traditionally one of the state powers in Stark County and the whole state, and Stark County in general. They really have a very, very good program and background. And yeah, it is. I guess you're not pulling my leg and saying you really want good competition, because they certainly, and the league. Yeah. I mean, it's really going to be a challenge.
Yeah, it is going to be a challenge. Every game's going to be a challenge. But if the girls show up and hit field, do everything that they're supposed to do, we'll be just fine. And we're definitely grateful that Hoover gave us the chance to play them. So we're definitely gonna, like I said, hit the ground running and play with heart.
Is that going to be a game in North Canton, or is it going to be here?
It will be in North Canton.
Okay, great.
It's actually a doubleheader. We'll play them, and we'll also play Walsh.
Okay,
same day.
Tremendous, again, competition. Way out there, and that's really good. That makes you better. If you play teams that aren't very good, that kind of lowers your. I've kind of seen that over the years. If you play a team that's not very good and poor fundamentals, then you kind of mirror what they do sometimes. Is that true?
Yeah, it is easy to fall to other teams' levels. We want to stay at a high level, stay competitive no matter what. So it definitely makes it easier to keep that momentum up. Anything
you would like to say in closing to our parents and the community? They certainly can come, and you'd love to have them come and see the games. Are on the website, and again, good weather stretch, you could play 5 or 6 games in a row, but then you could have some rain, and that could damper things.
Great. I just want to say thank you for watching. Please keep supporting the softball program. If you have young girls that play softball, one day they're going to be here, they're going to be on our field doing the same thing. So if you could support us just by watching and giving a shout out on social media, however you feel is the best to support us, we definitely are grateful for that.
Yeah, that would be a difficult situation. Maybe in ending we can say, how do you, and I've always wondered this, how do you practice when you've played games and then you have a stretch, maybe 2 or 3 days in a row of monsoons and rain? How do you rectify that?
We use this facility. It's nice when the weather is not working for us. We're in here. We have the field house in the school. We just do what we can. when we can, and just move from there.
Well,
Keep moving forward.
That's good. You have to be flexible with Ohio, and we could say maybe we've had all this snow lately. Maybe it'd be a beautiful spring, but again, we have always some rainouts. And thank you, Samantha. Good luck in your first year, and I'm really impressed with your organization and getting everyone on the same page. That's very important. And thank you for viewing Bruce on the Loose. And we will be having another show next week with Water Main Grill. And you mentioned Water Main Grill.
We love Water Main Grill.
And that should be a good show. Thanks for viewing.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.